Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Eliza Akins, Provost at Des Moines University, and it is my pleasure to serve as the presiding official for the annual White Coat Ceremony. This year, we have 6 ceremonies recognizing members of the class of 2022 in the Physician Assistant Program, the class of 2023 in the Doctor of Physical Therapy Program, the class of 2024 for the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, and the class of 2024 of the College of Osteopathic Medicine. While we know this isn't exactly the start of the academic year we had hoped for, we are delighted to have families and friends join us virtually in recognizing the commitment of your loved ones on this occasion. The White Coat Ceremony is a traditional event at this university, which reflects a symbolic entrance into the educational pathway that would lead, with a little bit of effort on your part and some effort on behalf of your faculty, to your entry into your chosen healthcare field. Our ceremony has important components in this initial rite of passage. You will don your white coat as a symbol of professionalism and humanism, and you will recite the white coat ceremony student oath in front of peers, faculty, family, and friends to acknowledge your willingness to assume the obligations and responsibilities of a medical and a healthcare professional. It is my pleasure to introduce our president, Dr. Angela L. Walker Franklin, who became Des Moines University's 15th president in the spring of 2011. She has enjoyed a distinguished career in academic medicine for the past 25 plus years and currently serves as the chair of the Assembly of Presidents of the American Association of Colleges of Osteopathic Medicine. Please help me welcome Dr. Franklin.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Dr. Akins. I'm honored to be here today to celebrate with these our distinguished students. And to the families watching virtually, we wish you could be here with us for this very meaningful occasion. Like Dr. Akins mentioned, this is not how we thought we'd be celebrating this occasion. But nevertheless, we are happy to celebrate you for this very special day. Today, we welcome family and loved ones watching from home to this rite of passage, in which we stress to our students the unique responsibilities they are accepting as future healthcare providers. Students, when you don the white coat today, you assume not only the responsibilities, but also the obligations that attend to those who choose to provide care to other human beings. These obligations include to be honorable in all phases of your life, to excel in your academic studies and training, to be compassionate, to be accountable, to collaborate with others as an interprofessional team member, and to support a culture of inclusiveness. By accepting these obligations, you become part of the legacy of thousands of Des Moines University alumni whose contributions to medical care have alleviated suffering, saved the lives of countless individuals, and maintained the integrity and high ethical standards of the healthcare professions represented at this university today. While our institutional roots are 122 years old, our university roots took hold in 1981 when the Board of Trustees recognized the need to train additional members of the healthcare team. Today, we see the wisdom of that decision as students in osteopathic medicine, podiatric medicine, physical therapy, and physician assistant studies sit before us to affirm their commitment to the profession they are entering as student members. It is very appropriate that the collaboration among programs that takes place within our lecture halls and within our laboratories serves to complement the collaboration that is a hallmark of optimal patient care. In closing, I want to remind you how very fortunate you are to be selected for the privilege of serving your fellow human beings as future healthcare providers. Enjoy your years at Des Moines University, and know that we will do everything possible to engage, encourage, and assist you throughout your education. Congratulations, and thank you.
I would like to welcome Miss Holland Taylor to the front to deliver remarks to the PA students. Miss Taylor has been at DMU since 2015 and was recently promoted to serve as the program director for the Physician Assistant Program. Miss Taylor.
Good morning. On behalf of the Physician Assistant Program, I would like to welcome you to this first Rite of Passage at DMU. It was not all that long ago that I was in your shoes, embarking on my own PA professional journey. So that was the year 2005. In that year, Hurricane Katrina, unfortunately, struck the coastal areas of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. President George W. Bush started his second term as the 43rd President of the United States. Lance Armstrong won a record 7th straight Tours de France before his scheduled retirement. As I was researching these notable events of the year I matriculated into the PA program here at DMU, I thought, well, gosh, those things don't really seem all that long ago, until I came across this one. The video sharing website YouTube was founded. Now, that one really hit home and helped me to start to make sense out of the gray hairs here. So it seems like YouTube's been around forever. So obviously a lot has changed and happened over the last 15 years, both in the world and in my own personal and professional life. When I reflect on all that has changed in my own life, the highest rate of change occurred over a specific 2-year period, 25 months to be exact, or if measuring by PA program exams, approximately 91 exams. I know you all know what I'm talking about. I'm not only referring to the acquisition of medical knowledge and clinical and technical skills, but the metamorphosis of me as a person really worthy of sporting the white coat. Perhaps you have heard this quote from Paracelsus, a 16th century physician. Medicine is not merely a science, but an art. The white coat very much symbolizes both of these. It is the symbol of evidence-based medicine, closely aligned with research and science. It is the symbol of purity and cleanliness. It is a symbol of prestige and purpose. But more intimately, it is the symbol of our core values of our program here at DMU: teamwork, integrity, professionalism, and empathy. At first glance, it may look like a white lab coat, a simple white lab coat. But as you will soon learn from your own experiences while you are wearing it, it is so much more than that. At some point, your name will be added, either to the coat like this or by name badge. But let this be a reminder to you and to others that you are not just a person, not just a PA, but you are a human being who is given the awesome responsibility for the health and well-being of your patients. Your name is not the only personalization your coat will receive. As you progress through your career, your coat will begin to tell a story of triumph, loss, and everything in between. It will absorb all the experiences, emotions, and memories, and will become a symbol of the many lives you have touched. Congratulations to each one of you here today, which speaks to the years of hard work and preparation on your part. But that's only the first step. Over the course of the next couple years, in approximately 73 exams from now, we will be molding each of you into exemplary healthcare providers. This will take a lot of hard work on everyone's part, you, us, and those who will be supporting you along the way. But in the end, you will walk across the stage and we will hand you your diploma, and we will know that you are ready for your role as a highly competent and compassionate physician assistant committed to patient-centered care. Until then, work hard, take care of yourself, and rely on one another and on us to see you through. Again, congratulations. Will the physician assistant class of 2022 please rise and place your white coat across your right arm? As they move forward, I would like to introduce Mr. David Roberts, assistant professor in the PA program, who will read the names of PA students as they don their white coats.
Zoe Au, Emily Catherine Aukus, Miranda Ayers, Adela Byreach, Rachel Blagg, Lauren Bobst, Morgan S. Bone, Troy Bunch, Kylie Bunt, Abigail Karachi, India Chapman, Josh Davis, Tyler DeYoung, Emily Delzer, Morgan Lee Frazee, Rebecca Gertzen, Paige Gorst, Jessica Greisen, Zachary Haynes, Brian Jasper, Jordan David Johnson, Rebecca Kennedy, Sarah Kennedy, Abigail Lang, Catherine Laudermoser, Carly Marshall, Victoria Meyer, Claire Moore, Jacob Nagel, Shayna Piersma, Patrick Reed, Madison Reynolds, Lorraine Rogue Jones, Nicole Ruland, Zainab Saeed, Emily Schmid, Rachel Schmieding, Taylor Lee Scott, Cassidy Aaron Smith, Shelby Smith, Dylan Staley, Madeline Stenzel, Amanda Stewart, Madison Stonewall, Lauren Swan, Louis Shell Villamore, Emily Von Wald, Haley Marie Wilcox, Audra Wilson, Kelly Wong.
At this time, I am happy to welcome Dr. Tracy Bush, Director of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program and a member of the class of 1995, to welcome our physical therapy students. Please help me welcome Dr. Bush.
95, so you know a little bit how old I am. So welcome, and thank you for being here. I want to thank Dr. Akins and Dr. Franklin for their comments. If I was dramatic, I would take my white coat off, and this is why. Because physical therapists don't typically wear white coats, do we? All of you have volunteered and have observed, and most of you have worked in physical therapy settings. And you would say, I've never seen a physical therapist wear a white coat. So why is that? What is it that we do as physical therapists? Our number one goal is to help our patients and our clients return to function, whatever that means for them. Whether that is daily activities, whether that is work, whether that is play and leisure. We help our patients who are trying to regain dignity, to learn to recover their skills to do daily self-care activities. We work with our patients' families in conveying that although your child's life will be wonderful and beautiful, it is not going to be what you had envisioned. It's going to be working with a family saying, I know that this client wants to go home independently and we're going to do our best. And it's delivering that moment in time, crushing blow that says, your athletic season this season is over. But as physical therapists, we also get to have those triumphs. So we work with our partners, such as our prosthetic peers, and saying, we take joy in the first step that our patient takes with that new prosthetic limb. We do a high five to the parents when their child first gets to do independently a sit to stand. We hug our patient after 3 months of rehabilitation when they get to go home independently. And we might go to that Friday night game where that patient returns to function. We do that because we develop personal relationships with our patients. And we do that because we break down barriers. Outside of nursing, hug a nurse every day. You can. And hug a social worker every day you can. Outside of nursing, we spend more time as rehabilitation specialists with every one of our patients. So we break down those barriers. And sometimes this, folks, is a barrier. So we don't wear white coats. But this is why this garment is so important. And this is why I want you to wear it with great pride. This white coat symbolizes that you are a valued member of the healthcare team. Folks, I've been a healthcare provider for 30 years. And as a therapist, I remember sitting in the back seat. I'm now at the front seat. I'm at the table when we make discussions and make decisions about our patients' care. This white coat symbolizes the respect that you have earned just by even being here today, but why you will continue to earn it during your next 3 years here and beyond that as a valued healthcare team member. This white coat symbolizes that you have the knowledge and the skills to make incredible differences and profound impacts in your patient's life. This white coat is a symbol to all healthcare providers, and I'm going to repeat this twice, that you are the movement specialists in healthcare providers. You are the movement specialist in healthcare providers. But nothing's free, right? So with anything you get, there's responsibility. And the responsibility of wearing this white coat means that when people see you wearing it, it's a symbol that you are an honest person. When they see you wearing this white coat, they know that every decision and every action that you make and that you do is rooted in ethical and moral decision-making. And wearing this white coat is also burdensome. It means that you are now a permanent advocate for your patients, for your clients, and for your profession. You are being given this white coat right now because we believe you have the ability to earn it. We have the ability to believe that you will wear this coat with pride as you move forward. So my friends and my family consider me the corniest person on the planet. And here's an example. When I was a student, just like you, my white coat was always laundered, it was always pristinely pressed, and it was hung with great care in my bedroom, which is where I studied. So during those moments when I thought, I'm done, I'm tired, I'm not worthy of this, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve what I'm being asked to achieve, I would look to that white coat for inspiration. You are the people we have chosen. You have been handpicked by faculty, not only because we believe that you have the ability to be successful in this very rigorous, very high-quality program for the next 32 months, but we also believe, and Dr. Porter will chime in with me on this, we believe you are the people we want to carry our torch as physical therapists in our profession as we move forward. So wear this white coat, wear it with the respect that it deserves, and understand the honor that you will continue to earn it, not only during your time here at DMU, but as you move on. So congratulations. So at this time, I will ask the students to go ahead and stand, and I want you to put your white coats over your right arm. And you will be directed to move forward as Dr. Tracy Porter, proud alumna of the class of 1997, will read names.
Kaylee Anderson, AJ Ash, Emma Baker, Madeline Bradshaw, Brady Bukite, Autumn Busta, Justin Carlisle, Mackenzie Carroll, Katie Casabam, Jasmine Chung, Caitlin Chrisman, Michael Fetkether, Sarah Fowle, Hannah Gordon, Catherine Graham, Chelsea Gray, Sarah Hack, Samantha Henning, Kristen Holthouse, Ashley Howlett, Eric Hovde, Sophia Johnson, Samantha Kitterman, Ty Kloft, Colton Kramer, Callie Marie Lucas, Andy Luth, Ian Lewis Malaby, Anastasia Meyerly, Haley Allison Miller, Daniel Nussbaum, Elsa Portillo, Jessica Putzier, Jessica Regenscheid, Noah Richards, Trevor Joseph Sabo, Jeremy Sharman, Brianna Scheidemann, Madison Seaman, Madison Supizi, Kathleen Steffen, Peyton Stock, Caitlin Strobley, Jamie Sturr, Claire Sibesma, Morgan Taylor, Jacob Torkelson, Taylor Vining, Taylor Wade, Caitlin Wielander, Brandon Wheat, Alexandra Rose Willman, Kelsey Zavenbergen.
I would now like to ask Dr. Robert Yoho, Dean of the College, to the podium. He would represent the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. Dr. Yoho joined the university in 1993 and was named Dean in 1998. Please help me welcome Dr. Yoho.
Thank you, Dr. Akins. I think I've been around long enough that I've attended every white coat ceremony Des Moines University has ever held. And To be honest, I can't remember most of those, and I don't think it has anything to do with memory. But given the circumstances of what we're dealing with, I think this is one that we're all going to remember for a long time. It's an important event, and it has long-lasting application. The white coat ceremony has been practiced for over 25 years. Dr. Arnold Gold, a pediatric neurologist at Columbia University, and now the Gold Foundation, recognized the need to welcome students into their chosen health profession and introduce them to the expectation of professionalism through a balance of excellence in scientific knowledge and compassionate patient care. These qualities distinguish the white coat you wear from this day forward. Much has been written about the white coat ceremony. Dr. Sam Huber, an expert in medical professionalism, working at the American Medical Association, offered a clarifying perspective stating the justification for the white coat ceremony is based on the goodwill felt by the participants and an assumed connection between the ceremony and encouraging humanistic values. He argued the ceremony was a well-crafted ritual that appropriates meaning to a symbol, helping initiate a movement through an exciting yet daunting time. As noted by medical educator Dr. Delise Ware, professor of family and community medicine at Northeast Ohio Medical University, the white coat ceremony represents the beginning of a student's professional development, but cautions it is meaningless if the institution does not embody and demonstrate the values it professes. So what about us? Des Moines University's mission statement aligns well with the purpose of the white coat ceremony and the symbolism of the white coat with the phrase highly competent and compassionate. Your scientific knowledge and clinical skills will be assessed as you navigate your way through volumes of exams, SPALs, simulations, OSCEs, and clinical objectives. But competency is a continuous process requiring a commitment to lifelong learning, with each of you responsible for the acquisition, application, and discovery of knowledge. Compassion, on the other hand, is a bit more challenging to teach and assess. You can have it, not have it, or fake it. Compassion is a characteristic integral to a person's life, measured by actions deemed to be caring by others. Maybe the best approach would be to view someone's circumstances through their eyes and ask, what would you expect of others? At orientation, I shared my story with you. I encouraged all of you to share your story with each other as part of your development as caring individuals and future podiatric physicians. Hearing about the challenges of others will add a new perspective on how you respond to difficult circumstances. I wrote this for the Des Moines University magazine following the death of our daughter-in-law, Laura, and it was reprinted later in the Polk County Medical Society bulletin. It was titled, What to Say or What to Do. One of the things I've struggled with as a person and healthcare professional is how to approach a friend, colleague, or a patient who's having a personal challenge. How do you let them know you are thinking of them without running the risk of being viewed as overly intrusive or indiscreet? Everyone has or will experience difficult times. Whether it be illness, the loss of a friend, a loved one, or a tragic event that changes the course of a person's life, there's an internal mechanism that causes us to want to help. The problem is what to say or what to do. Throughout Laura's illness and following her death, we were overwhelmed by the compassion and support shown to us by so many people in so many different ways. Family, friends, neighbors, colleagues, healthcare professionals, and even strangers. We were blessed to be surrounded by so many caring people. So what did I learn in terms of how to interact with individuals who are experiencing a difficult time that could be applied to my personal life and aid in my professional growth? Number one, let the person know you're thinking of them or hoping for the best rather than asking. how everything is going or how the person is doing. Number two, if you're not comfortable with a face-to-face approach, just send a simple note. Number three, be a good listener. Number four, recognize and acknowledge the effect the circumstance has on that individual. Number five, don't ask, what can I do? Just do something you feel would be helpful. And number six, don't compare your own circumstance with the person's situation. Doing one or more of these simple things helps far beyond what you can imagine. It builds your ability to care for others and care for yourself. And lastly, avoiding the situation is a lost opportunity for you to bring comfort to someone and experience a feeling of goodness. So what appears to be a complex question and places us in an uncomfortable position really turns out to have a simple answer with thoughtful meaning. Respect your white coat. Build your capacity for compassion. Share your story. I appreciate your attention. Will the CPMS class of 2024 please rise and place the white coat over your right arm? As you move forward, I would like to introduce Dr. John Bennett, Associate Professor with CPMS, who will read the names of the students as they don their white coats.
Mohammed Mahmoud Abdul Jalil, Gwyneth Amborski, Levi Andrews, Fatima Ansari, Alexandra Arnold, Jared Bacardi, Abigail Beard, Madison Bennett, Ashley Berry, Calvin Buck, Stephanie Bush, Molly Camp, Amber Lynn Castillo, Alejandra Castillo Mora, Scott Cheng Thong Phip, Cameron Chung, Andrew Cuellar, Alec Dickerson, Thasawir Farouk, Tyler Gray, Tyler Anthony Grimes, Parker Hinkle, Connor Houlihan, Natasha Iqbal, Aaron Joseph, Christian Kent, Connor Brian Kincaid, Ryan Knapp, Seth Kruger, Thomas Lancaster, Nathaniel Allen Lastly, Alex Martinez, Manos Mohuyudin, Jordan Nyens, Sarah O'Brien, Aaron Nicholas O'Leary, Ogechi Favor Okafor, Jesse Orang, Megan Palmer, Haley Phelps, Rumsha Kreshi, David Reel, Gabriel Roberts, Ashley Roan, Adrian Rosu, Salvador Ruelas Jr., Fabio Sacco, Jay Schoen, Caitlin Subernek, Peter A. Sorensen, Joseph Spampinato, Erin N. Spieth, Bobby Stratman, Brandon Sullivan, Tyler Terhuyun, Lydia Thomas, Alec Nicholas Williams, Lucy Lianyu Shu, Naima Youssef,
I would like to welcome Dr. Stephen Helm to come forward to provide remarks to the DO students. Dr. Helm began his journey at DMU in July of 2019 As Dean of the College over this past year, Dr. Helm has helped strengthen the College of Osteopathic Medicine's already excellent student instructional program. Let's welcome Dr. Helm.
Thank you, Dr. Akins. Thank you, Dr. Franklin, for your comments. Good afternoon, DO class of 2024. You get to see my face today. I am an old guy. In my heart, I'm 23 or 24 years old, just like you, most of you. But in reality, I am getting to be an old guy. I graduated from medical school 31 years ago. I still have a smile most of the time. That was well before there was ever a consideration of a white coat ceremony. I trained in 2 separate medical disciplines. Like you, went to medical school, traversed residency training, private practice for many years, taught medical students in residence. I am old. I've worn many white coats. Back, actually well before my day in the late 1800s, the white coat became a symbol of knowledge. It originated in scientific laboratories, adopted as the standard of dress for physicians, as they wanted to incorporate scientific principles into their practice of medicine. The pockets of your white coat as a medical student will start to be filled with the tools of your trade: a stethoscope, a pen light, a reflex hammer, papers, articles, maybe an iPad mini, your peripheral brain. As you proceed up the ladder of influence, you'll notice that the pockets of your white coat tend to become emptier, like mine. A few years after I graduated from medical school, the Arnold P. Gold Foundation created the first white coat ceremony. Dr. Gold was a pediatric neurologist. For 50 years, he taught at the Columbia University Medical Center. He had a cheerful and yet authoritative demeanor. He said, unless it is coupled with patient-centered care and humanism, it's suboptimal care. On rounds, he wanted to know about the life of the patient, not just their vital signs or their daily weights or their urinary output and oral intake. He talked face-to-face with his young patients, often sitting on the floor to be at their level. He was a role model for me. As a pediatrician, I wore out the knees of my pants, bending over to get to the level of my young patients, the 4 and 5-year-olds, so that I wasn't talking down to them. Dr. Gold was made of gold. I encourage you to learn about Dr. Gold. Model your professional life after Gold, and you'll all be superstars. The Gold Foundation is all about humanism and connecting with patients, their needs, their passions, their hearts. From this day forward, I want you to remember the legacy of Arnold P. Gold. The short white coat is typically given to medical students. It lengthens as you advance through the hierarchy of residency, attending, chief of staff, and then, like me, a dean. You get to wear the long white coat. Interestingly, at Harvard University, the tradition had been that no one wore a long white coat. Even the smartest and most experienced clinicians traditionally wore short coats. I'm wearing a long white coat because I'm an old guy and I didn't go to Harvard. But whatever the length, wearing the white coat demands the highest standards of professionalism from each of you. Give great respect to your white coat, treat it well, keep it clean, and keep it pressed. Today, I'm so proud to celebrate the white coats that each of you will wear in being the newest members to join our profession. Congratulations on this very, very special day. Wear your white coats every time you place on your shoulders, remembering it represents knowledge, respect, and the compassion of Arnold P. Gold. Will the COM class of 2024 please rise and place the white coat over your right arm? As those starting to move forward proceed, I would like to introduce you to Dr. Craig Canby, Associate Dean for Academic Curriculum and Medical Programs. He will announce the names of the osteopathic medical students in the class of 2024. Thank you.
Shaylin Adams, Talon Aiken, Suleiman Ibrahim Amat, Becca Imik, Ethan Anderson, Abigail M. Arkey, Andrew Young, Mohan Abula, Cole Bassig, Jody Page Backeler, Caitlin Baki, Sulankara Bondo Pade, Mustafa Barzanji, Damian Beck, Sarah Elizabeth Bells, Maura Benson, Gurukbal Singh Bular, Dallin Blotter, Christian Bongiorno, Megan Bonnet, Megan Bourne, Brandy Bradell, Ben Brick, Michaela Brockmeyer, Jill Broghammer, Tori Brook, Joelle Bruckert Frisk, Brad Burns, Daniel Burris, Laura Campbell, Matthew Carr, Deanna Chan, Lucille Anna Chuchik, Raka Chindavong, Ben Christopher, Royal Cole, Kayla Comreed, Cassandra Jo Concannon, Michaela Conroy, Victoria Coombe, Devin Corrieri, Chase Cunningham, Clarissa Daum, Hannah Celine Dacuna, Elaine Dandon, Megan D. Decker, Emily Dixon, Catherine Dorner, Jessica Lynn Dross, Gabrielle Duncan, Joshua Dunnigan, McKay Eccles, Osama L. Aaron, Courtney Elkin, Rachel Marie Elliott, James Fahey, Fiona Fitzgerald, Kelsey Found, Connor Fraser, Kai William Corwin Friesen, Marissa Frisbee, Joseph Gabriel, Adam Michael Games, Shrikar Gangavarapu, Manraj Garawal, Benjamin Garrison, Raina Garretts, Christina Giddens, Charles Giuliani, Tom Givens, Abhishek Gowda, Tani Graf, George Georgievi, Chetna Gudakanda, Ferris V. Haddad, Noah Hansen, Catherine Ann Harbeck, Max Harlan, Benjamin Harrison, Faraz Hassan, Stephen Chauncey Havig, Aaron Paul Hemsworth, Louis J. Hill, John Hiller, Sharonpreet Hira, Matthew Holzer, Lily Ann Horst, Mary L. Eisenhart, Heather Issa, Benjamin Walter Iverson, Mubashar Jaffrey, Philip Jelinek, Bradley D. Johnson, Eric Johnson, Caitlin Johnson, Scott Johnson, Catherine Ann Johnston, Kaylee Jordan, Tarana Joshi, Anisha Kareem, Sharak Khan, Zohib Khan, Samin Khurshid, Madeline Kilby, Andrew J. Kilger, Elizabeth Kim, Stephen Kim, Tanner James Kirchberg, Mason Claseris, Ellie Savitt Kokonos, Kevin Kozakowski, Alyssa Krieger, Kendall Kobushek, Susan Honglaw, Naomi Lamb, Grace Ann LaRue, Chia Ming Lee, Crystal Lee, Hannah Porter, Victor Lee, Rebecca Lee, Stefan Lilly, Jackson Lindell, Kelsey Linderblood, Natalie Lohman, Charles Love, Alex Hung Lung, Lincoln Lutrick, Jimmy Blue, Nathan Lux, Benjamin Madigan, Kelly Mayhand, Duke May, Sonia Martinez, Allison Mask, Dante Maltino, Kylie McAllister, Mark Efron McDaniel, Mitchell McGowan, Anna McKinley, Stephanie McMillan, Alexandra McMullen, Ryan Meredith, Lucas S. Miazga, Dustin Miller, Patrick Mitchell, Ariana Mitra, Brandon Moreau, Dakota Morani, Laurel Maher, Mito Mervoluk, Michael A. Munafo, Ibrahim Huzatha Mustali, Maxim Miklik, Dominic Nujar, Joshua Nelson, Dustin Wynn, Jacob Wynn, Nemo Nor, Molly O'Brien, Kevin O'Connor, Sean O'Keefe, Elizabeth Orr, Sakura Osman, Rama Pulaniappan, Stephanie Pascual, Nicholas K. Pushina, Love Kumlish Patel, Shareya Patel, Drew Payton, Jessica Peters, Emily Pfeiffer, Anthony Pelagi, Michael Poplowski, Yogatha Posani, Samantha Powell, Miranda Pressgrove, Sophia Pressman, Brendan Parente, Doris Rapp, Charlie Rezabek, Nicole Rizik, Brianna Ryan, Amarita Sandhu, Logan Schrader, Alexandra Severson, Tushar Sharma, Adina Shu, Gurunkik Singh, Brian Sinrud, Andrew Smith, Carly Ray Smith, Ji-un Sung, Justin Sung, Christian Anthony Sorrentino, Brittany Spack, Haley Spector, Christopher Stoddard, Andrea Stone, Austin Teal, Micah S. Thatcher, Eli Tidwell, Cheney C., Joanne Tu, Caitlin Unvert, Nicholas Vipond, Nitha Verripple, Abby Vullis, Lexi Wadsworth, Joshua Weitz, Tanner Witzel, Leighton Wheeler, Rory Wizoric Flynn, Timothy J. Weiss, Everett Williams, Connor Wilson, Joseph Daniel Wilson, Karen Worth, Natalie Wolf, Matthew Yi, Lauren Young, Ling Zhang.
Will the students please rise? Please recite with us the white coat ceremony student oath.
As I begin my medical education at Des Moines University, I do solemnly pledge that my efforts will be focused on the ultimate goal of serving my future patients. Toward this end, I will conscientiously and cooperatively work with my peers and professors in learning the art and science of medicine. I will maintain the highest standards of professional conduct. I will respect the patients whom I will encounter in my training as fellow human beings and will do everything in my power to preserve their dignity. I will use my skills to care for all in need with an openness of spirit and will value the diversity of patients' experiences, cultures, and beliefs because it enhances my ability to care for them and enriches my education. I will maintain patient confidentiality and be tactful in my words and actions. I will not compromise myself nor endanger the welfare of my future patients by employing unworthy methods in the pursuit of my education. I pledge to perform to the best of my ability and to engage in continuous self-evaluation in an effort to address my limitations. I will never hesitate to call upon the assistance of others when indicated and will strive to develop those qualities that will instill self-respect and earn the respect of my patients, colleagues, and family. Knowing my own limitations and those of medicine, I commit myself to a lifelong journey of learning how to cure, relieve, and comfort with humility and compassion. I pledge to continue to educate myself throughout my career and to constantly engage in a critical re-examination of myself as a rational, emotional, and spiritual human being. With this oath, I willingly assume the responsibilities of a health professions student and hope to long experience the joys of learning, caring, and healing. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to now recognize that these students have completed the Rite of Passage embodied in this white coat ceremony. From this day forward, they have committed to developing the ethical principles that will guide them through their academic and professional life. They will respect and value fellow health professionals in an interprofessional team. They will be accountable and accept responsibility for their actions as a student and as a practicing professional. They will promote an inclusive culture in healthcare and strive to treat each patient with understanding, acceptance, and respect. They will behave honorably throughout their healthcare careers, always striving to be worthy of the privilege of serving in their chosen healthcare fields. Congratulations.